The search for community takes many forms. It fills coffee shops with intimate conversation and comfortable laughter. It keeps the cell phone close, if not in hand, to sustain our relationships 160 characters at a time. And it keeps PCs and Macs humming along, keeping up with every tiny detail posted by the ever-increasing number of friends our social networking sites claim we have. This is the Lincoln Square neighborhood, located on the north side of the city of Chicago. Like the rest of the neighborhoods in this city of 3 million people, it has plenty of population, but that does not necessarily mean the residents there enjoy a rich community life. That is where Chad Lewis comes in. He and his wife Jody and 2 daughters have lived in the Chicago area since 1998. After spending some time building relationships among college students at DePaul University and then among the congregation of Covenant Presbyterian Church, he decided it was time to start something new. He decided the best way he could build that kind of community he envisioned was to start a new church. Maybe that is because Chad envisioned a church that was different in that it focused on the neighborhood instead of just itself.
We want to plant churches that, from the beginning, love their neighborhoods, that they identify with their neighborhoods and seek to use their gifts and resources to love and serve that place. So that really is the motivation, to experience God's grace and then be called by Him to go out to the city that we live in to serve it.
How do you just start a new church? It is easy to pass the many buildings where churches meet and just assume they have always been there. It may seem that way, but they all started somewhere. Chad's church started when he began talking to people about his big idea to create a new community in the Lincoln Square area. The more he talked, the more the idea caught on. It really caught on with Nate Petrini.
And Chad really shared with me how he believed, that was God's plan for churches, is to serve a community and for the church itself to be a community. And the more we talked about it and thought about it and prayed about it, we really felt as if that was what God wanted my wife and I to do, was to join this church, but not just to join the church, but to really commit to it. So we moved and we bought a home here in the Lincoln Square neighborhood, and challenged it. Well, we didn't necessarily do the challenging, but our small group all almost made this agreement together that we all felt as if this was what God wanted out of believers.
I don't know if you caught what Nate just said. He and his wife sold their house and moved less than 5 miles away, where they bought another house, just so that they could help create a new community for the neighborhood. And it was not just them. A whole small group of people decided to make the move with them. What do they hope to gain from such an extreme step? What they have gained is an integrated life between their religious beliefs and the people they live around. At the hub of all this relational development is a church that holds worship services every Sunday. But unlike the church buildings you pass by every day, Lincoln Square Presbyterian is essentially homeless. They are more idea than physical plant. But they become a church with a building once a week. On Sunday morning, they have been able to rent Waters Elementary School in the heart of the neighborhood. But a school designed for kids between the ages of 5 and 12 has to be adapted for use by a neighborhood church. The workers arrive 2 hours early every week. They move equipment into place in classrooms that will be transformed into nursery spaces and Bible study rooms. And then they go to work on the school cafeteria. You can still smell peanut butter and jelly as the tables are moved and replaced. First the chairs are carted and placed, then the band is set up, then the band practices what they will be playing in an hour or so, then the books are equally distributed, and then you are ready for the people to arrive. This same process happens in reverse every week so that the staff of Waters Elementary finds their building just like they left it on Friday afternoon. After just a little more than a year, things are going really well for Chad and the infant church called Lincoln Square. That certainly wasn't guaranteed going in. Chad's wife Jody remembers those concerns about starting a new church.
I think I have been really surprised about the good things that have happened. When we went into this, everyone that we talked to told us how difficult it would be and how our friends would leave and go back to the other church and we would get a divorce.
Community is an unpredictable substance. Sometimes it happens beautifully, and sometimes it just results in awkward spaces. From the sound of it, Chad's vision is being realized in exciting ways.
Really encouraging to see the church grow and to see the core group not get burned out, but to be excited about what's happening and to feel really rejuvenated and excited about my faith and about the things that are going on around us.
That is good for Chad and Jody. That is good for Nate. That is good for the people of Lincoln Square.